So today is book review day. Go ahead and check out my book review for Fatherland. Should be active now. And I also decided that today I was going to do one of my angry shouty vids as well, because in the last 2 hours news broke of 7 Labour MPs resigning from the party, resigning the whip to stand in Parliament independently, out of Labour, away from Labour, headed by Chuka Amuna, of course, right? Now this party explicitly stated Labour anti-Semitism. Basically, someone dared criticise her Israel, their Israel. Someone dared to criticise their precious Israel. I promise you, the people walking down the street shouting abuse at Jewish people or abuse at Jewish MPs, the people drawing swastikas on the walls, are not fucking Labour supporters. I promise you that. Now, they also stated Corbyn's handling of Brexit, which is a fair criticism, right? But where this really infuriates me, where this is really a slap in the face to the poor working people, to the common people across the UK, is by refusing to stay in Labour, by refusing to stand by Labour principles, by refusing to continue to try and change Labour from within if they thought Labour was flawed in some way, by actually leaving the party and forming their own independent little group of, little gang, little clique. What they have done is potentially split the Labour vote, or what they hope to achieve is split the Labour vote. And what would that potentially lead to? Another Tory government. So you're dangling the keys in front of Theresa May again. Rather than opposing 10 years of Tory austerity, nearly 10 years, rather than fighting back, trying to bring an end to austerity, trying to give the working people a pay rise, firefighters a pay rise, trying to stop nurses using food banks, trying to stop waiting times at A&E going through the roof, trying to stop Royal Mail being privatised, trying to stop the railways being privatised, trying to stop homeless people freezing to death on the streets, trying to stop kids going to school with tape on their shoes because their soles are falling off, trying to stop kids going to school hungry, trying to stop teachers going to school hungry, trying to stop parents having to choose between heating and food for their kids, trying to stop people having to go to food banks, trying to stop, who knows, elderly people freezing to death in their homes because they can't afford to pay the bills, trying to stop pensions disappearing into the distance. No, you would rather be a selfish fucking cunt and run off and form your own little clique and potentially give the keys to number 10 again to the Tory cunts. That's what you've done. One of you pricks on the radio actually said, I'm proud of the achievements of the last Labour government. You mean the Labour government that followed the ideology that fucking Margaret Thatcher said was her greatest achievement? That one you mean? Bunch of traitorous pricks. Do the decent thing. Call by-elections in your constituencies. Let Labour put up a real socialist against you arseholes and get eviscerated. I dare you. That'll be the end of your electoral career. In fact, you know what? Enjoy electoral oblivion for the foreseeable future, because none of you deserve to be in a party that holds government. None of you. You're all treacherous scumbags. You don't represent the working people as much as you paid lip service to it on LBC and in your little interviews on the little podium outside Downing Street earlier. Oh, I stand for the poor working people. No, you didn't. If you stand for the poor working people of this country, you would have stood there. You would have stuck with Labour. As much as you might not have liked Corbyn, as much as you might not have liked his handling of the anti-Semitism crisis, as much as you might not have liked him on Brexit, you would have stuck with him because of what he stands for, because of what he believes in, making this country work for the poor working people of this country. Don't join a socialist party if you're not ready to be committed to true socialist principles. Don't do it. Labour was formed by the builders, by the railway workers, by the miners, by the grafters, by the bin men. That's what Labour was created for way back when. That's what it started out as. They formed government after World War II, after Churchill was voted out. They brought the country back onto its feet after it's been on its knees through rationing and all the other crap after World War II, during World War II. If you're not ready to stand by that, don't join Labour. And fuck off. Have a stupid little group elsewhere. Enjoy electoral oblivion, you bunch of pricks. Right, I'll see you next time.